left you last time, I'd just come up the Anderson boat lift and I was heading that way, believe it or not. Yes, I went down to Middlewich. I've been to Middlewich and back, and I'm just coming back up past the Anderson boat lift, and now I'm going to carry on to the end of the Trent and Mersey and onto the Bridgewater Canal. It's a cold, not very nice day today. Not the sunny day when I come up the Anderson boat lift. So I'm just now passing the entrance to the Anderson boat lift, as you can see now, just coming up here, and both the Cassillons are up at the moment and no boats waiting to go down. I assume it's working today, I don't know. So here I go then, completely new territory. Well, not for myself, but for myself on this boat. I have been this way before. It was years and years ago. I really can't remember it. This section seems to be quite narrow as well. Hope there's not too many boats moored, and I hope I don't need too many boats coming in the opposite direction. I'm just approaching the area now where 2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember the exact date now, if I remember I will look it up and put in the caption below, there was a major landslip here and the canal got blocked off. It brought down trees and everything, and it's still very narrow here where we're coming up to, but there is a passageway through today, and I might be running out of passageway just up ahead. There could be a tree down. Even today, look, you can't get near the towpath because there's still rubble, etc. underneath the water here, on both sides here. And we can see here where the canal narrows. And there is a tree down, there is workmen there already by the looks. So as I say, I'm going to have to stop and wait for them to cut the tree. This is where this landslide took place. It's been reinforced up there with some shuttering. Obviously, how quickly these willows grow up. Oh, I can see there is clearance. I can get by with the boat. Well, this is the tree I could see from distance. I'll just put the boat out of gear and drift them across in case there's any branches underneath the water that could catch the prop. It looks fairly clear though. I could get to that, I'll get the firewood. What made me think that there was a problem and it might be clearing it, I see 2 gentlemen up here in orange jackets. But they're not doing the tree, they're just cutting the grass. Morning, or afternoon probably by now. And we have another tree down here, look. Trying to get around if I can. Well, I can feel a little bit of rain in the air, and they do give rain for this afternoon. There's moorings along here, although the moorings I'm going past at the moment are long-term moorings. I believe there's some visitor moorings at the end of them. So when I get in, I'm going to stop. It was so narrow back there with overhanging bushes. Rather than hit the boat, I had to go through the bushes, and they smashed my tomatoes to pieces. I put them all over the floor. Well, as it's starting to rain, I was toying with mooring up along here on the red line moorings here. It's so narrow. I don't really want to. I'm going to carry on. It's impossible to pass these boats without going through the bushes. You can now see the rain on the roof of the boat. And now we've actually come onto the visitor moorings. The canal is actually starting to widen up a little bit. Although I won't fit in this gap, if that's the mooring in front of this small boat just coming up, I will fit in there. Yes, this will do me perfectly. I can just fit in between that boat and the end of the visitor moorings. And there's rings. Rain stop play for me.
Got to get on, you know.
I don't have to be anywhere.
We don't really,
You can hear in the background here the strimmer where they're cutting the grass. They're not supposed to cut right up to the boats. I'll show you the consequences. I was inside the boat when they did this, and I actually filmed this the next morning. I don't know what they think they're up to. I was very annoyed, and it took me over 2 hours to try and clean it off the side of the boat. Not only that, it came through my bathroom window as well, all over the toilet floor. I'm just leaving my mooring here. I'll be moored just before Barnton Tunnel. The Barnton Tunnel's just around the corner. So let's make a move. The tunnel's not actually quite in view yet, but it is to the left hand side of the white and brown building or brick building you can see up in the distance. Now I forgot to bring my phone up to the back deck with me. I normally, when I'm doing tunnels, especially ones like this which have entrance times, you can go into them because they're one-way tunnels. Now I forgot to bring my phone up, and I don't wear a watch anymore. But fortunately, there's a boat up in front of me just hovering around, so I'm assuming he's just waiting for the time to be correct to go into the tunnel. Well, that boat was never really in camera shot. I could see it, and he's just gone in, so I'm going to follow him on through. You may think I'm going quite slow at the moment. Well, I am. That's because I want to give plenty of room between myself and the boat in front of me. I don't want my headlight just blasting onto his back deck, blinding him from behind. It's also very difficult to tell the speed other boats are actually travelling through a tunnel in front of you. I'm not quite sure if I've already told you, but this is Barnton Tunnel we're just about to go into, and Barnton Tunnel, according to the book, is 572 yards long, which is approximately 523 metres. That light you can see basically in the middle of the tunnel, is actually the rear navigation light of the boat I'm following. Between the two tunnels here, looks like there's some quite nice moorings. I have to remember that for another time. You should be able to make out here the boat that's in front of me. That's the boat I've just followed through Barnton Tunnel. Well, I use them again as a guide for entering the next tunnel, which is Saltersford Tunnel, which is just around the corner. A very wide section of canal here, and these are all private moorings on the offside here. I don't have a watch or a clock out here with me, so I've been following this boat. So he's going into the tunnel, so I guess it's good to go. And as I said, this is Saltersford Tunnel, and Saltersford Tunnel is 424 yards long, which is approximately 388 metres. Well, that was Saltersford Tunnel, and it's very kinky, shall we say. Yeah, it's got a lot of kinks in it. I guess when they drilled down, what they do is come down from the top, boreholes or shafts down, and then they go from each direction. Well, they've quite lined it up very well across the top, I'm guessing, because yeah, it's definitely got, well, quite a few kinks in it actually. Can't actually see from one end to the other. So it's brightened up a bit this morning anyway. When I got up this morning it was drizzly. Now it's brightened up quite a bit. So yeah, time to get cruising. I'm not going very far though. Bridge 204. Getting close to the end now, aren't we? Well, I thought it was brightening up a few minutes ago. We had a little bit of sunshine. No, guess what? It's starting to rain again. And we just go over a little aqueduct here. Press on. I'm not going much farther anyway. There should be some moorings in about half a mile, I think. There's room there. That's where I'm stopping. bit of a hurry. I haven't seen him since basically I came out the tunnel. He just legged it off. Not if I worry about that. It's just I don't know why people are in so much of a hurry sometimes. Oh well. I couldn't go much faster anyway on this canal. It's not enough water. We've got some work going on here in the towpath. Just approaching the boats that are all moored up, the work boats, very, very slowly. I can't see anything coming in the opposite directions, so I'm clear to go through. And let's take it a tick over. The last boat that came past, I followed them through the tunnel, a safe distance, and by the time I got out the tunnel, I haven't seen him since.
No, he came up here like he was running out of rubber.
Yeah, I thought, well, I'm never in a hurry anyway, so it makes no difference to me, but I go, see where boats tick over. That's it, last thing I want to do is you falling in the car, I'm trying to drag you out. That sign there says 4 miles to Preston Brook. We've got 4 more miles before we leave the Trent and Mersey Canal. As we come under bridge 206 here, I think it is. I should be looking out for somewhere to moor up quite shortly actually. As long as I've got an internet signal, I should be stopping. Might be for a couple of days because they give it very wet. Well, I've just stopped. Engine's not going, you can probably tell. Lovely house up there. It was raining. I thought, that's quite a nice little area. Not quite as far as I intended to go, but this will do for now. Anyway, it's lunchtime, a bite to eat, and I think about carrying on perhaps this afternoon, if it stays dry. Well, it's still cloudy, but it hasn't rained now for about half an hour. I stopped and had a bite to eat, so I'm going to make a move again. I'm not going to go too far. There's a spot I want to go to, where I think I can walk back down to the River Weaver. So that's where I want to go to. See if we can check out the River Weaver further downstream. So let's get us started and make a move. Well, we have a load of bullocks here. Yes, I said bullocks. This is bridge 208. I'm just going underneath here. And I want to stop around about bridge 209. get here, it's private moorings, it says. I guess long-term moorings, or is it private? I usually see a sign saying private moorings on the towpath side. That's Narrowboat's Narrow Escape just behind me there. They have a YouTube channel. Yes, I didn't recognise them, but I believe actually I might have seen the channel. I must admit, I do not watch so many YouTube channels during the summer months. This is frustrating, this all being private moorings along here. Well, decent places you could stop, walk down, see the River Weaver. Part of the Weaver I couldn't get to. In the book you get wonderful views of the River Weaver from up here. Yeah, darn great hedgerow in the way. Well, I've just moored up. I've moored up where I believe there was a breach a few years ago. I believe where these people were sitting up in front of me here is where it actually happened. If I remember rightly from other people's videos, there are great views from up here. So let's see. Seen from here, we're nearly 90 miles from Sharklow and just 2 miles from Preston Brook. And this is the view we have. That viaduct over there in the distance. And yes, it is very windy on this hilltop. Here's 3 or 4 photographs I also took the still camera of the view.
Yeah, 2012.
Good morning. I've been moored up here overnight. Well, it's supposed to be raining all day today, but the sun's come out. So I'm going to make a move. I've got Preston Brook Tunnel about 2 miles away, so let's get on up to Preston Brook Tunnel, through the tunnel and on to the Bridgewater Canal. The boat coming I can hear, so I'll let them go past first and then I'll set off behind them. So here we go. One more boat here, so I'll just go very slowly past them. Other boats gone past. I prefer to follow boats than them follow me. I go slow, so they'll probably leave me standing. I prefer to let them go by first rather than pull out in front of them and then let them pass a few seconds later. We can't actually see very much, but where at least they've kept the hedge trimmed down along here. You can see over the top, it's a beautiful view across the valley. Which of course you already know that, because I've already shown that a few moments ago in the video. nice moorings here now as well. Lovely and quiet, I like that. Except for the peacock. Yes, there's been a peacock squawking all night and all morning. It seems to have stopped now I've got the camera out. The canal's got very twisty as we head towards Preston Brook Tunnel. I guess where it's meandering around on the side of the hill here. There are a lot of coots on this part of the canal. I think I must be approaching the stop lock. I think. I don't have the book out with me. I thought it might rain, so I don't want to get them wet. The other boat that was in front of me slowed right down, so I'm assuming we're approaching the stop lock. I did notice that there was a winding hole just before the stop lock, so makes it all even more certain. And there's a little boatyard here as well. The stop lock is right in front of me now, and the other boat has gone into it. Now it looks like it's wide enough for two boats, but I've been told it's extremely tight, and boats do get stuck in there sometimes. You can't really get two narrow boats in. So I'm going to wait and go through separately. It's only a drop of a few inches, so it's not if you're wasting particularly a lot of water. So here goes, it's just turned 12 o'clock and our way is from the hour to 10 past the hour. So I'm just about to go into Preston Brook Tunnel. So what do I know about Preston Brook Tunnel? Not very much, of course. What I do know is 1,239 yards long, which is approximately 1,133 metres. It was of course built to link the Trent and Mersey Canal to the Bridgewater Canal. The other boat that was in front of me has actually asked me to go through the tunnel first. They wanted to follow me through, so I'm in front of them. I do have the recording lights for this tunnel, which I turn on in a second. I do actually record the whole length of this tunnel. I'm not going to show it in this video. If you want to see it, let me know and I'll upload it in its entirety as a separate video on a different day of the week. Big thank you goes out to all my Patreon, PayPal, Super Thanks supporters and everybody for watching. Well, that just leaves me to say, thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.